President Trump just hit China with a 104% tariff overnight. No warning, no ramp up, just a trade war nuke dropped in the middle of a shaky global economy. Markets tumbled, China vowed revenge, and economists are screaming recession while MAGA fans are screaming Made in America. Trump says it's about debt, dignity, and taking back control. Critics say it's economic arson. So, is this bold leadership or a self-inflicted wound on U.S. wallets? Trump threw the first punch, and it hit global markets like a freight train. Buckshot, how do you see this tariff smackdown playing out?
You want to know what leadership looks like? It looks like a president who doesn't flinch, doesn't beg, and doesn't ask China for permission to protect American jobs. Trump woke up and dropped a 104% tariff on Chinese imports, like a sledgehammer through a glass house. And the media lost its damn mind. They're crying about markets dipping a few points like that's the end of the world. Please, it's about time someone reset this mess. You think it's reckless? I think it's reality. For too long, we've been buying cheap junk and selling our soul to the Communist Party. Your car parts, your electronics, your clothes, they're all stamped with Chinese control. And every time you scan a barcode made over there, you're funding surveillance, censorship, and God knows what else. Trump said enough. He slammed the door and slapped a toll on it. And here come the globalists with their pearl clutching and their Wall Street sob stories. Boo-hoo. The Dow dropped 1.5%. Cry me a recession. This isn't a crash. It's a course correction. You don't fix a rigged game by playing nice. You flip the board. And what do we hear from the left? Oh, tariffs are taxes on Americans. Yeah. So are gas hikes when you kill domestic drilling. But nobody seems bothered by that. You want manufacturing back in this country? You want jobs that mean something? Then you have to make it hurt to do business overseas. That's how you bring it home. You don't rebuild a nation with TikTok videos and climate conferences. You do it with guts, steel, and tariffs. And if the Chinese Communist Party wants to throw a fit, let them. We don't negotiate with tyrants. We bankrupt them. The whining class can keep crying about how mean Trump is to global supply chains. The rest of us are too busy building ours. This isn't about tariffs. It's about sovereignty. It's about debt. It's about finally telling China we're done being their customer service department. So yeah, he used a blunt object. Good. America's been getting stabbed in the back with sharp ones for decades. Dipwad. And let me tell you something about the critics screaming from their cozy newsrooms. None of them ever had to compete with China's slave wages. Try running a machine shop in Ohio, while your competition gets government subsidies and pays workers 30 cents an hour. Try that for a year, and then tell me Trump's tariffs are the problem. He's doing what every other president was too scared to do. Fight back. Not with feelings. Not with empty speeches. With steel and backbone. The kind of backbone this country used to admire before we outsourced our courage to focus groups and stockholder meetings. This tariff move wasn't just economic. It was symbolic. It said, America builds again. It said, cheap labor has a price. And it told every politician who's been cozy with China to take a seat. So while the media cries over temporary market dips, the real patriots are busy watching a future get forged. In America. Finally. Dipwad.
Well, that was subtle as a tank. Misidentify, what does the Progressive Rainbow Coalition make of a 104% tariff bomb?
Trump waking up and dropping a 104% tariff like it's a TikTok trend. That's not strategy, that's tantrum economics. Tariffs are taxes. Period. And guess who pays them? We do. The little people. The ones shopping at Target, not riding gold elevators. He says it's about the debt. Sweetie, you don't fix a $36 trillion hole by lighting more fires in the global economy. That's like trying to put out a fire with glitter hairspray. You don't play poker with China by flipping the table. You play with intelligence, diplomacy, and data. Not caps lock tweets. He's turning trade policy into a temper tantrum with global consequences. And while billionaires adjust their portfolios, working families are the ones who suffer. You think inflation is bad now? Wait until everything from your phone to your frozen pizza costs 20% more. But hey, at least we're showing China who's boss, right? Wrong. We're just showing them we're willing to burn down the economy for a Fox News soundbite. And don't even get me started on the environmental fallout. More tariffs mean more domestic production under outdated regulations. Translation? More pollution? But go off, King. Let's make the planet cry too. What happened to building bridges literal and diplomatic? What happened to nuanced policy that helps people instead of branding enemies like a WWE promo? This isn't America first, it's common sense last. Trump's using foreign policy like it's a personal beef. And the court of global opinion is watching us spiral. We need economic leadership, not economic cosplay. If you really want to fix the system, you don't slap a tax on working-class survival. You invest. You repair. You empower people instead of punishing them at the register. Tariffs won't solve our debt. They'll deepen our divides. So no, I won't clap for a midnight tariff tantrum. I'll mourn what could have been a moment of real change. If you disagree, you're literally attacking me. And let's be honest, if Biden had done this, the right would be burning effigies in front of Costco. But when Trump does it, suddenly it's economic genius. Where was all this tariff love when actual economists said it would backfire? Oh, right, buried under slogans and red hats. And let's not pretend these tariffs hurt China more than us. Because, guess what? They just slapped their own tariffs right back on us. It's like a slap fight between toddlers where both end up crying and the room still smells like chaos. We're not in a trade war. We're in a trade circus, and Trump's the ringmaster throwing flaming rings while everyone else ducks. This isn't bravery. It's branding. And real policy isn't made on campaign merch. It's made by listening to experts, not chasing headlines. So, unless we want to live in a cartoon version of capitalism, we need to get serious. This tariff stunt, it ain't it. If you disagree, you're literally attacking me.
Thank you, Misidentify, for that emotionally imported perspective. Trump's throwing elbows in the global arena, and we're all feeling the shake, whether you call it economic patriotism or a financial panic attack. That's one story, with two very different sides.